Hi you guys, it's Stephanie. I haven't made a video in a couple of days, so here I am trying to get back into it. It's been a busy weekend. It's so hard sometimes to get any videoing done for me on a weekend. I made some flowers. I don't know, I think it was beginning of last week, maybe a little longer ago, that I made out of strips of ruffled fabric, and I got a couple of requests to show how I make the ruffled fabric. So I have done one video on that already and deleted it, or I uploaded it but decided not to make it public because it really wasn't a good video. So I'm trying again. I have strips of fabric that I tore about an inch or so in width, and then I just did some short strips to, show you guys. But to actually make the fabric flowers, you need quite a long strip. So if you're going to be using your fabric ruffles for that, I would suggest that your strips of fabric be maybe maybe not quite a yard, but it takes a lot of fabric depending on how big your flower is going to be. But if you look back a couple of videos and see the flowers that I made, the ruffled pieces were somewhere around maybe 40-ish inches long, if I remember right. So you need quite a bit of fabric in order to, ruffle it and still have about 40 inches of ruffle to use. Okay, all of that being said, there are several ways to do this, and I am not a seamstress, so this is just how I do it. First of all, to make, I think maybe like a traditional ruffle, I'm not sure, but I think this is how you're supposed to do it. Again, I am not a seamstress. So I have, threads hanging out back here. I'm going to need those, so make sure you've got thread hanging out. And then you're going to put your needle in. Mine's a push button one, so that works fine. And then I have it on a stitch that the length is long. Mine says the length is 5 millimeters. That's quite a long stitch. But to pull your thread, to tighten it to make a ruffle, you kind of need a loose stitch. Otherwise, it's really hard to do, which is part of the reason why I'm redoing this video. Anyway, you don't want to backstitch either. You just want to start sewing, and don't backstitch to make sure it doesn't unravel or anything like that. So you just want to go the length of your fabric down the center, and then take it out of your machine. Okay, so we have it stitched down the center. And I'm sorry if the lighting's bad. I really don't know how to get the lighting any better when, I just not a professional lighting person. So you just hold one of the threads and you kind of pull the fabric down, and it's not easy. You feel kind of like you're gonna tear the threads, so you have to be careful. And I just kind of go to the center. So imagine if you're doing this with a really long piece of fabric. It's tedious and it takes a while, but it makes an actual ruffle. If you can see that, I'm looking in my camera right now. Okay. Also, I'm right next to my camera, so I might be yelling at you guys. I don't know. Then I turn it around and I go from the other side just to make it easier for me. And I just kind of move the ruffle down to the other side. And you can make it a tight ruffle, or you can make it a loose ruffle. It's up to you. Okay. All right, so it's plenty good. Now, here's the part that I'm really not sure, how people do it. This is just how I do it, because I'm a make it work kind of girl. I take them and I just tie them in a knot so that they don't come undone. and then cut that, and then do the other side. So I use these, obviously I make flowers, but I also use them to, you know, maybe embellish a pocket. I use them quite often to line a page because I think that's really pretty, sticking out of the journal a little bit. Okay, so here is my ruffled piece of fabric. And you can still play with it a little bit. So I'm hoping that's good and the lighting is okay. So there's that one. Okay, now if you don't want to do it that way, you can ruffle it up directly on the machine. I'm going to switch my stitch because it doesn't need to be real loose now. And I will do a back stitch this time. So I'm just going to do a couple. Okay, you know, this happened the last time I made this video. It unthreaded when I switched my stitch. So let me just thread my needle really quick. I have one of those that, you know, is the self-threader, which is lovely. Otherwise, we'd be here all day long. Get rid of a little bit of that. Okay, let's try again. I really can't tell which is the up and the down on this fabric. If this is from an old piece of pajama pants, it's pretty old fabric, so it's so faded on both sides, it's hard to tell. All right, so on this one, again, I do back stitch. Okay, and then we ruffle by like pushing it in. We just push it. You take your fingers on either side and just push that fabric in there, and it'll sew it into a ruffle. I'm hoping you guys are able to see this okay, because I really don't want to make this video again. You really want to be careful of this. I don't think you can see this. Can you see this? I'm going to move the camera just a tad bit. Now I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Okay, so this thing right here, that will smash your fingers. So you have to be really careful. If you're somebody with really thick fingers, maybe it won't work as well for you. I have kind of skinny little knobby fingers, so it works okay. I have actually hit my finger with it before. It doesn't feel good, so. You really have to make sure you're getting it in there, or you'll have straight bits of your fabric that aren't ruffling up. Okay, so then I just finish it off and then back stitch a little bit. Oh, that's good enough. Okay, so there's that one. See, it doesn't take nearly as long, and it's plenty ruffled. I think it's pretty. Ooh, I can't wait to use it. Okay, another way that I do my ruffling is, again, we can use the same stitch. It's not a big deal. Okay. So, I do the back and forth, like, I think it's, maybe this is a pleat. So I fold it towards the needle, and then I fold it towards me. Do a couple stitches, fold it towards the needle, couple stitches, and then I fold it towards me. then you just go the length of the fabric going towards the needle and then towards me. And I haven't made flowers with this kind of ruffled fabric yet, but I imagine it would be very pretty and I might do that. What a wonderful idea. So, but it would definitely have a different look. It might have a more petally look, I don't know. I'm actually going to just stop at that one, otherwise it might not. Okay, and then I backstitch a couple times. And if you notice, I'm not like right in the center of my fabric ruffle. That's okay, I don't care. So see, now this one has the pleats going back and forth. So that's another way I do it. And then other times I just do the pleat, you know, like one direction. So I'll just do it towards me. It doesn't matter. I mean, probably be easier to do it towards me and just pleat it. This one I can tell is turning out better than the last one I did. I mean, the lighting might not be great, and hopefully you guys can see okay, but I messed up so many times. It was just seriously not worth showing. So. Okay. And then there's this one. So that's the pleats going all in one direction. And I am sure there are lots of other ways to do it, but those are just some of the different ways that I do it. Okay, I have a couple other things that I want to show you. So I'm going to move my sewing machine out of the way, and I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. Okay, it's good enough. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. Okay, do you guys remember when I first started my channel? If you've been with me that whole time, one of the first things I did was my altered calendar. I took a calendar from the Dollar Tree for this year, and I altered every page. I know that's a little crooked, but I think it's in there. Anyway, so this is my January. Do you guys remember? It's really pretty. I remember when I was making it, I was thinking, I'm never going to want to look at these. So I'm going to hang my calendar today in my craft room. So this is my January picture that I did. And so see, oopsie, sorry about that. So here's January. Yay! So I just wanted you guys to see that. And if you didn't see and you're interested, I do have in my playlist an altered calendar playlist. So I'm sorry about the camera, you guys. Anyway, so there's the front of it. Anyway, so I'm going to hang that today. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you is my finished December daily. I'm trying to get my camera to stay in place. Okay. I ended up not using any of these envelopes in the front. I didn't put anything in them, so I'm not going to show them to you. All right. So I did a bucket list, and I think I did everything except for we did not make sugar cookies, and I did not take my daughter ice skating. I had a little to-do list here, and I did all of that. On the inside, I wrote down what my shopping list was for Christmas dinner, which was, we had a small Christmas dinner, so it was a small shopping list. So this was something that my daughter and I did downtown, and I journaled about it. And then I don't remember what this was, but you know, it's back in there. This one is a lift up. So there's pictures here from something we went into town to do. So there's that. Nothing much on the 5th and 6th. This was our coloring contest that McKenna won. The reindeer won. So here's the different pages we colored. And then I think we did, I don't remember what's on there, but anyway, there's a stocking with a pocket in it. And then here, more journaling. I did pictures this way on that one. Lots of, I added trims and stuff to the edge too. Let's see. Oh, this was my 12 Days of Christmas COVID song. I wrote it on the 13th instead. Here was my first attempt at mixed media. And then there's a little journaling inside of there. And then there's my second attempt at mixed media, and then me with the snowman I built all by myself because nobody wanted to play with me. And then journaling on the 16th and 17th. I made gingerbread cookies on the 18th. On the 19th, I don't remember. I took my neighbors some, I don't know if I ever showed you guys this one. I took my neighbors their gifts, and then this is a picture from years past. Santa Claus has always driven around our neighborhood. It's the fireman, but because of COVID this year, Santa Claus was not allowed. And so I put in a picture of years past and talked about that. And then this is just, I talked about at home and what happens on Sundays and stuff like that. I started a puzzle. And then just talking. I made my grandma's orange slice cake, and so I took a picture of me having a cup of tea and some of that delicious orange slice cake. It made a giant bundt cake pan, you know. I ended up throwing the end of it away because I got tired of it. I was like, even though it's good, I'm over it. I made fudge. This is Christmas Eve. We, you know, stockings are ready. The tree's ready. I made some punch, and we had pizza. And then Christmas morning, I don't think you guys have seen any of this. So we just kind of talked about what we did on Christmas and a few pictures there. And then on the, okay, so my daughter was really mad because there was no snow. So of course it snowed the next day. I took everything down. So here is the aftermath. I was just tired of all the clutter. So here's downstairs. As I was pulling everything from upstairs, I was putting it all downstairs. And this is, it has no idea what it's in for. It was about to be undecorated. This is how far I got on the puzzle. And it's a nope. This is a hard puzzle, and I didn't want to look at it anymore. So maybe another time. It's going to be really pretty, but anyway. So, you know, not a lot of things happened after that. I just kind of journaled for the last few days. It snowed so much this day. It was like 8 to 10 inches. I'm not sure how much. And then, okay, I got this. This was my inspiration from Felicia. She did a page that was really, you know, pretty with Christmassy words all over her page. And I thought, I'm going to do that on the 31st. And words that I want to say to 2020. She also said, come on, you guys, you know, make good out of lemons, basically. She goes, it couldn't have been all bad. And if you're doing things right, basically, in your life, 2020 still could have been good. You just have to make it good. Those are my own words, but basically that's what I got out of it. She's like, make good and it'll be good, basically. But I was like, no, it was bad. And so then on the next page, I left it blank, but I found this that I was like, oh yeah, I can put it here. So I was like, okay, Felicia. So I just wrote down some blessings that even though 2020 was kind of unfun, there are always blessings. So I just wrote down some of the obvious blessings in my life. And then, so here is going to be where I put you know, what we got for Christmas. So this is my page, and I'm going to write down what people gave me. And then this is the list. I don't want you guys to see that because it's tacky. This is Colton's page, Emily's page, McKenna's page. Wait, where's my husband? I wrote on Tim's page. He gets blessings. I messed up, you guys. I was like, oh, look, this is perfect. I'll write it here. Okay, so Tim's page is supposed to be what he got for Christmas. I'll write him over here. What a goof. Anyway, my page, Colton's page, Emily's page, McKenna's page. This is my grandma's orange slice cake recipe. And then this is where I messed up the first set of pages I was going to put our lists on. So I glued them together and made a pocket. And I just put my favorite fudge recipe inside. And then this very back is where we have all of our receipts for different things in case we need to return or whatever. There's just a bunch of receipts in there. So maybe someday somebody will take those receipts and make a junk journal out of them. What do you think? Anyway, it's all done. All done. I did not use every pocket. There are lots of places I could still put things, but I'm done. So I'm not going to. Anyway, that is what I have for you guys today. Sorry the camera was all wiggly woggly and all that kind of stuff, but it got it all done. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully I can get to some video making so I have something else to upload for tomorrow, but I just don't know what that'll be yet. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.